All right, welcome everybody to our Better Way Zoomcast, so we can show you a better way to make money. That's what we think about this thing, man. This is probably one of the best things I've ever done with my life when it comes to my financial situation, my financial health, right? And so I'll give you the benefit of my perspective of being 21, going on 22 years in the business. And I'll tell you what, this business is way better now than when I got into it. So you're in for a real treat. And I'm very excited to show you how much better we are and how we are better than a lot of these other groups out there, these 3-letter and 5-letter IMOs out there that try to do what we're doing. Really, we far and away surpass what they can do for their agents. We really literally blow their stuff away in our humble but accurate opinion. Okay, and I'll show you real reasons. You run these things by them, there's no way they can do these things for you, but we are able to do this for you in our business. So hopefully we're in the right place. Hopefully you guys came on board to look at an opportunity of how to make money in the insurance business, selling life insurance, annuities, and a whole host of other products that you can sell with a life and health license. So I'm going to take a little bit of a tour on how we do what we do, how we do what we do. Hopefully we'll be done in 35 minutes or less. And we'll get you out of here. So this is going to be kind of a quick hit type of thing. I'm not going to really go into a whole lot of rah-rah, you know, why should you change your life? We're joining us. I'm going to leave that to you, man, because you're here for a reason. You're here to make money. So I'm going to presume that you have a real reason to do it, like I had, man. When I got in this thing 21 years ago, I was on my knees praying, Lord, help me find a better way to change my situation. I was making $150,000 as an executive recruiter, but I never saw my family. I was working, 70 hours a week. I had 3 young kids, age 4, 2, and 1. And I knew that if I was continuing to go down this path, that I'd lose my family. I would end up, divorced, having to trade kids on the holidays and weekends. And honestly, man, when I married my wife, I wanted it for life, for eternity. I didn't want to just be the part-time dad or the part-time husband. I just needed to make a serious difference in my life. And thank God he showed me the way. 2 weeks after I made that prayer, a buddy of mine, Andy Albright, gave me a call and said, hey, Bo, I think I got something that we can make some money at. And I'll tell you what, that was the day that my life changed because I got in the insurance business back in December 99, got in part-time, started making $2,000 to $2,500 a week part-time by the end of February 2000. So 8 weeks into this thing, oh, this is weird. This is like, yeah, this is the end. This is going into the last week in February. So literally what, 21, this is 21. So 21 years ago, I was cash flowing about $2,000 to $2,500 a week, working part-time outside of my job. So I scaled my job back down to about 50 hours a week. And then I poured everything I had into this thing. And I was cash flowing about $2,000 to $2,500 a week about 21 years ago. And then by the end of March, I flushed my job. My wife said it was okay. And since then, I built a business, literally made double-figure millions in the 21 years I've been doing this. We're probably going on $12 million right now. And really, I don't say that to brag. I say that in amazement that someone like me, can make that kind of money in this thing. I started brand new. I didn't know nothing from nothing. I never sold insurance before. I was in sales, a little bit of sales. I was an executive recruiter, so I was selling my services there, but I've never been in 100% commission. And, I went to the Air Force Academy, got my commission in the Air Force. I did the Air Force thing for about 5 years, 3 years in the reserves. And then I became a defense contractor, consultant for a while, hated that. Then I became a recruiter. So this is the longest I've ever done anything. And it's been one of the best businesses because when I got in, I was able to spend all my time with my kids. They had functions, they had tennis matches, they had baseball games. I was at every one of them. And I was able to work my business around their schedule. They knew a daddy that was at everything, right? Because I didn't have to ask a stupid boss off from work. You know what I mean? Like, how many of y'all are a slave or a prisoner in your cubicle, having to show up when the boss wants you to show up, and then leaving only when the boss would let you leave? It's like, man, I'm not in for that kind of slavery. I wanted to be my own person. I wanted to run my show. I wanted to make as much money as I wanted to make, and I wanted to be able to set my schedule however I wanted to make my schedule. And I didn't want to be subject to the slavery of a job anymore, man. So I got the heck out of that as soon as I could. And my life has just never been the same. You know, thank God. Thank God. So I'm grateful for this business. I think this business can provide the same things for you if you work and if you want it bad enough. If you want to do this thing on a part-time basis, make some extra money, you could do that. Or if you want to make a serious financial impact in your life where you never have to worry about money again, you never have to worry about the bills, you don't have to worry about anything anymore financially, we can teach you how to build a business to do that long term. Like, if you don't have any money put away for retirement, we can show you how to create a multi-six-figure retirement tax-free every year for the rest of your life if you put nothing away through a business like this. And I promise you, if you're serious about it, we're going to help you. Okay? So that's why I'm convicted of sharing this opportunity. And you can really call me an evangelist. I'm an evangelist for this opportunity because I think that we get people free from their stupid jobs. We can bring families together where the daddy and the mommy can be there at all the kids' events, and the kids don't have to go anywhere else to look for heroes in their life. They can look at their mommy and daddy who are independent and free from a stupid job. Okay? So, you know, forgive my moralizing, but this is where I come from, man. And I hope that you maybe are thinking the same way. However you're thinking, you've come to the right place, because I'm going to show you an opportunity that got me free from my stupid job and an incredible life that I just, you know, thank God for every day, right? So let's jump in. That's it for the preamble. I know I'm going to be doing a PowerPoint presentation, okay? But I hope you can forgive me. I just needed to convey this information quickly. It's not too fancy, but I think the importance is not the style of it, but what is on these PowerPoint slides. You know what I'm saying? So, let's cover these. So these are our partners, and you might recognize some of these logos on here, like Mutual of Omaha, Transamerica, you know, AIG. These are just some of the 20 to 30 carriers that we represent for a lot of different types of products. So we're with some big hitter companies that pay us a lot of money to do what we do. All right. So let's talk about what do we sell? Well, I mean, I could read through all of these, but you can look here. We sell a lot of stuff, man. Mortgage protection insurance, mortgage payment disability insurance, final expense burial insurance. I mean, tax-free retirement, be your own banker, college funding strategies, executive bonus programs, key person insurance, split dollar life insurance for tax-free retirement, single premium whole life, critical illness, disability, fixed index annuities. We do a ton of stuff, man. For small business owners, for individuals, anybody that we run into, we have a product for them, all right? Now, when you get started, you're not gonna have to learn all this. We're gonna teach you piecemeal how to get good at this business and how to become a true professional in the business, being able to represent whatever your client needs. So let's talk about the LEAD program. One thing that I got fired up, and the only reason, honestly, why I got into the insurance business is I didn't have to sell my family and friends, right? That's probably the biggest challenge for anybody getting into sales is they got to sell their warm market of people that they know. But once you run out of all the people that you know to sell life insurance, what do you do then? Well, the reason why I got into the business is I didn't have to sell my family and friends. I could sell on a LEAD program. So let's tell you that some of the lead programs that we have direct mail lead program for final expense and mortgage protection. We have internet search leads for life insurance, mortgage protection, and final expense. We have Facebook final expense. We've got a variety of lead programs to get you in front of the client. And these are solid. I always get this question, are your leads any good? Well, I'll tell you what, if they weren't any good, we would not be doing any business, because I promise you, our people do not sell their family and friends and try to squeeze referrals out of them. You know what I'm saying? Like, we wouldn't be doing 600, 700,000 a month of issue paid premium on our family and friends. We're doing it on the lead program, which it really cracks me up when people say, well, yeah, I get those direct mail leads and I throw them away. And I tell them, so I guess we're not selling you life insurance, are we? They go, right. We sell life insurance to people that send in the leads to have an interest. Okay, does that make sense? That's why there's a lead program, because these people have shown interest in buying life insurance for their families. Okay, simple to me, but you know, some people like, do your leads work? You know, they got that poked out lip, you know, arms crossed. It's like, dude, seriously? This is why I'm in business, man. This is why I've got, anyway, I go off on that. Oh yeah, we got Medicare leads too. So anyone who wants to get involved in Medicare, we got a program for you. So, Tom Cruise, show me the money. So we're jumping into it, man. Like I said, we're going to get through with this, and we're just going to give you all the important stuff that you want to know. So let's talk about personal production income. This is you writing business on your own pen as a life insurance agent. So this is our promotion guidelines for people that want to be producers. Start at the 80% commission rate. You got to do 20,000 of issue paid premium per month. That represents 20 families a month, roughly. It's about 20 families, really, that you've covered. You went to their homes or you sold it over the phone. So that's, what is that? That's 5 a week. You're selling 5 a week for 4 weeks. You get to the 80%, and then you move up. You can see here 25,000, 30,000, you move up in 5% increments, all the way up to 120% at 70,000 issue paid. You know, so roughly a home is about, you know, $1,000 of premium. You can see how many months in a row you got to do it at each level. But let's just show you what that means in terms of money, okay? So let's take an 80%er doing 20,000. They're probably really only working part-time. Let's say they're working 5 days a week, and they're submitting 8 life apps a week, okay? So this is not issue paid apps. These are writing 8 life insurance applications on clients and submitting it, and a percentage are going to get approved, a percentage are not going to get approved. This is a conservative estimate based on what we typically see and what gets approved and what stays on the books. Okay, so I just want to say that up front. So this is what you can expect in commissions at the 80% level, only turning in 8 apps a week. So you can look at making $28.56 a week in income. You work 48 weeks, so you're looking at about $137,088. So you could do 4 apps on Saturday, 4 apps on Sunday. You don't like working on Sunday, you could do 2 apps Monday through Thursday, right? That's 8 apps in the evenings after work. Like, seriously, you can do this part-time. But this is not the only income, because we have a thing called renewal income. So a majority of our products will pay renewals, which means you get a commission every year that the client keeps that policy in force, all right? So based on the averages that we typically see, now look, I got my master's in economics focusing on quantitative, so I'm a numbers fanatic. And so this is a conservative look at this kind of business that you're writing 8 life apps a week, how much you can expect in renewal income over the next 20 years. Okay, now the renewals will come in every year that policy is in force. So it could be 60 years that you can be earning renewals, but we just keep it very conservative. And we account for all the policies that drop off over time, right? And we just cap it at 20 years. So again, this is a conservative estimate of what you can expect in renewals. And what I do is I take the 20 years layer of renewals and I assign a value to it. So it's total compensation value. So you can expect writing 8 life apps a week, that every week you're going to lay in $1,012, right? Every week you're writing that business over the next 20 years. So you do that 48 weeks, the total value of all your renewal compensation over the next 20 years is $48,552. Now, not bad for writing business on a part-time basis, right? I know it's insane. Seriously, this is the money you can make in the life insurance business if you do it the way that we do it, where you take care of clients, you create a personal relationship with them, you are genuinely concerned that you're going to do the right thing for them, taking care of them as if they're your own family. This is how we do it here in the Abuyuan Financial Group and the Alliance, okay? So this is the 80%. So every level above this is you're going to get paid more money because you're going to turn in more sales every week. So let's say you turn in 10 sales a week. All right, this is how much you're going to make first year income, $35.79 a week. You work 48 weeks, or you take 4 weeks off. You make $171,768. The value of your renewals is $60,792. Not bad income, okay? If you write 2 more apps a week, on top of that, 12 apps, you're going to get to the 90% commission rate. You're going to make $206,000 first year income, and the value over the next 20 years of your renewals is another $73,000. 95, 14 life apps, you can see 240 and 85. 100%, doing 16 life apps submitted a week, 274, 97. It just goes on until you get to the 120, where you're making $500,000 roughly a year and a renewal income of $170,000 renewal income. So this is what you can do as a personal producer. Now, granted, you're turning in 28 life apps a week. You are working. Like, seriously, this is like a 50, 60 hour a week that you're putting in towards making money. But think about what you're doing for work now. You do 60 hours a week and you're, I don't know, maybe you're making 50, 70,000 a year, right? Like, you're going to work doing something in your life to earn income, right? So why not you do it with us, where you can maximize your income potential by getting a little old life insurance license? What a concept. And you can hustle 60 hours a week and make $500,000 a year, plus the renewals, $170,000. Every year you do this, you lay another layer of $170,000 of new renewals, another layer of $170,000 of renewal, another layer. You see how renewals work? Renewals rock, man. So look, at some point, you're not going to want to work 60 hours a week. At some point in the future, you know, hopefully sooner than later, that you're going to want to figure out how to get out of the field. Okay, now if you love writing life insurance, God bless you, man. Write it till you're 80 years old. We don't care. But at some point, you're going to think, you know what? I want to take things a little bit easy. Instead of 60 hours a week, I'd rather work 40 or 20. The only problem with that in selling life insurance is that your income goes down commensurate with how many hours, right? So wouldn't you like to find a way where you can ramp down your field sales and ramp up your override sales on building an agency, where you actually have an exit strategy where you don't have to work in the field as a salesperson the rest of your life, right? You're not dependent on that sales income. And this is what we're going to show you. You know, you're not going to have to be Ned Ryerson from the movie Groundhog's Day, where every person you run into is a potential prospect, right? Okay, so we're going to show you how to break out of that trap, all right, by building an agency building. So let's talk about the agency building side of the business. And I think you're going to get excited, because the biggest thing I run into when people want to build an agency with us, they want to know how we're different than all those 3-letter and 5-letter IMOs out there that sell life insurance on a lead program. You know, it's too easy to say, well, y'all are about the same, so what kind of commission rate can you give me? It's like, dude, you have no idea. We are different, and we are different in a substantive way. Okay, so let's tell you how we're different. Number one, you can earn overrides on agents in your agency in other states without having to get a non-resident license. All those other IMOs out there, you have to have a non-resident license in a state if you're going to override someone in that state. The only problem is sometimes you don't know that you have an agent in that state, and then You don't know that you need your non-resident license because someone hired someone who hired someone that happens to be in Montana. You don't have your Montana license. What happens is that person writes business, you didn't know it, and your overrides get passed up to the next licensed person who has a non-resident license in Montana. And you don't know. So like, how do you combat that when your group starts getting big? You got to get a license and non-resident license in every state. Well, guess what? With the alliance, with Abuyuan Financial, you don't got to ever worry about that. It doesn't matter where they are. You're going to earn an override on them, or whether or not you have a license, non-resident license in that state. It's kind of cool. Here's another thing. You can override agents that are with carriers that you're not appointed with. So let's say, for example, you're appointed with Mutual of Omaha, Columbia Financial Group, and Foresters, but you're not licensed with Americo. And then somewhere in your group, you got someone in another state that writes an Americo product. Well, if you're not contracted with Americo and you don't have a non-resident license, okay, let's say you do have a non-resident license in Montana, but that person's with Americo and you're not. That Americo commission gets passed up to your next upline and all those other IMOs out there. But with us, just like the non-resident license, doesn't matter. You could be with one company with us. Let's say you're only with Foresters with us. You will still get overrides from all the carriers that we write with, from all your agents, no matter where they are. Is that cool or what? And I'll tell you what, man, I've had that in the past where back in the old days, I used to miss commissions with other companies that, I mean, I should get contract with all the carriers, but when you get started, when we get a new carrier, that happens. Someone gets with them quick and they write a policy and that, that override passes me up. Well, we don't got that problem anymore. Here's the next one. Chargebacks are paid back from all the carrier commissions. In other words, what typically happens when you're building an agency is you have an agent that gets a big chargeback from, let's say, Foresters. Let's say it's a $2,500 chargeback. So that agent is not going to write Foresters because they know that any commissions that they earn will go back to pay that chargeback off. And so they're kind of like, I don't want to lose any money. So they start writing more CFG, or they start writing more Mutual of Omaha until they get a big chargeback from CFG. And then they stop writing CFG and they just write Mutual of Omaha. Well, the problem with that is if that chargeback debt keeps sitting there, that debt will then go up to the next upline, and then the upline has to deal with making that agent pay that chargeback off if they never deal with it, right? And so what we've done is we protected the integrity of the upline-downline relationship, because when someone has a chargeback with Foresters, all their commissions that are coming in from all the carriers goes to pay that chargeback off. So you don't got to worry about a debt rolling up to you because everything else they're writing goes to pay that chargeback off right away. And the agent continues to, create income. We can even have it to where 50% of all their commissions goes to pay that chargeback off, and then they get the other half from all the carriers. So do you see how it could protect you from getting hit with chargebacks, debt roll up from agents? No one else does this, but we do it, and it's pretty cool. And it protects your agent too. It gets your agent to be responsible financially with all their commissions. And we pay on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, so chargebacks get wiped out pretty quick. Here's another one. No other company out there except ours will allow you to make overrides on your agent's renewals. They will all do what we do, which is making overrides on your agent's first year income. But none of those other carriers will allow you to make overrides on your agent's renewals. It is so awesome. And I'm going to go into the concept of vertical and horizontal compensation that you're going to earn on all your agents' renewals. Again, no other company out there does that. We're going to do that for you. And you saw in that example of the income, can you imagine getting override on agents that are making, putting in 70 grand a year renewals? You get a piece of that every year that client creates that, that agent creates that. Is that cool? It's insane. And I'm going to show you how that works. Promotions are immediate. So the problem with all these other IMOs is that once you earn a promotion, it only kicks in the date that your contract level changes. So any business that you write after that point, you get paid at the new commission rate. Well, with us, you get promoted immediately, you can make money immediately. So let's say you have $10,000 of pending business that hasn't been issued yet. You earn a promote, let's say you're at a 85%, you earn a 90% commission rate. As soon as we promote you to 95% or 90%, whatever, all the business you have in pending that gets issued will be issued at the higher commission rate. So there's no waiting for your business to write business with your new commission rate. You get paid immediately, man. This is pretty cool. That's an important thing because some of our top agents have 20, 30,000 in pending that's waiting to be issued. They're going to get paid at the higher commission rate on all that stuff. We actually have the highest Medicare comp in the country. We have 3 components of Medicare that we pay, which agents can make as much as $600 to $650 on a Medicare Advantage policy. Now you tell me what IMO is going to give you that. And again, here's the cool thing. If you never sold Medicare, you never got your AHIP, and you never got contracted with Cigna, Aetna, United Healthcare, Wellspring, and SureBridge, you're still going to earn overrides on all your agents who are Medicare experts. Is that cool? You don't have to be contracted with any of those Medicare companies, but you're going to earn commissions on all the Medicare business. It's pretty insane, man. Oh, and we have this cool thing where we have a registered investment advisor where we can move annuity money, fixed index annuity money into annuities. But the problem sometimes is, let's say someone has $500,000 in a 401k that they want to move. Suitability guidelines tell you that you can only move, like, say, 300,000 of it. And in the old days, we were only able to move that 300,000, and we couldn't do anything with the other 200,000. Well, now we have the ability to take the 300,000, put it in an annuity, get paid on that annuity. The other 200,000 we can put into managed money, into some mutual fund or some securities, until such time down the road, 6 months to a year later, then we can move all of it into an annuity, and then you're going to get paid on that. But here's the cool thing. On managed money, you're going to make a commission on managed money without having a securities license. Okay, and it's straight up legal. You just got to sign a letter, and then you're going to make a commission on the managed money too. And then when that managed money gets moved into annuity, bam, man, you get all that commission on that annuity sale. So now we got the ability to capture all the money, and we have the ability to move it right away. So you do not have to wait until that company releases the money. We can move it right away from jump, stick it in a TD Ameritrade account, and then wait for that annuity application to get approved, and then we immediately move that money and fund it. So you'll get paid 30 to 60 days sooner than you would with other programs out there. Does that make sense? Retirement, okay. You don't have to know anything about annuities. We have a retirement expert that will help you close annuity sales, all right, and help the client move their money into some managed money too. So you don't have to know anything about that. You will set up an appointment for our registered investment advisor to call them, and you can be on the line too, and then they will advise them what to do. You write out the application, bam, it's done. So let's talk about this concept of vertical compensation, horizontal compensation. And let me illustrate it to you so you can see how this works. So what is vertical compensation? Well, simply, like all the other IMOs out there, it's the difference between your commission rate and your downline organization. The first person in that organization, it's the difference between your commission rate and theirs. So let's say you're at 100% commission rate, and let's say that first agent as the head of that organization is at a 95%. So the vertical compensation is 5%. So you're going to make 5% override on the entire issue paid volume in that organization. So our vertical comp is just like all the other IMOs out there. But here's the problem. The problem is when that organization gets promoted to 100%, they match your 100% commission rate. Therefore, your vertical comp goes to 0%. You lose the override on that entire organization. until you can figure out how to get to the 105, right? The 105 commission rate. So you're hustling trying to get to 105, but all this time you're losing that vertical comp on this organization. That's the problem with all those other IMOs out there, okay? So let's show you how we take care of that. We have what we call horizontal compensation. So in this example, you've got a vertical compensation of 5%, but we have a horizontal compensation that we call glow bonus. It's the generational loyalty override. And you get paid per layer of 85% commission rate people and above down to 7 generations. So let me show you how this works. So the first level of people at the 85% and above, you can see here, they're at the 95% level at the top of those organizations. You're going to make not only the vertical compensation of 5% on each of the 3 organizations because they're at 95, but you're going to make an additional 8% on all the first layer of 85%ers. You're going to make 5% on all the second layer, 4% on the third, 2% on the fourth, 2% on the fifth, 1% on the sixth, and 1% on the seventh layer in generations. Do you see how it adds another 23%? So you get paid a horizontal compensation to include the 5% override on all 3 of those organizations. Now check this out. Let's say all 3 of those organizations get to the 100% commission rate. You still make the horizontal compensation with the glow bonuses, but you lose your vertical compensation. But you don't lose because you still make all that money in the glow bonus. And so you're not afraid of organizations running up on your commission rate. In fact, you want everyone to pass you up. You want everyone to pass you because you still make the horizontal compensation. So let's show you what this means in terms of real money and real examples. So this top level here shows their promotion system on all those 3-letter and 5-letter IMOs, right? So again, you're at 100%, you've got a leg at 95%. Let's say they're doing $150,000 of issue paid volume. You're making $7,500 every month off the overrides on that organization, okay? But look what happens. They get promoted to 100%. That $150,000, you're getting 0 overrides. You lose $7,500 a month of income. There you go, you lose it. Now look at our promotion system. Same leg, 150,000, they're at 95%. You're making 7,500 in overrides in the vertical comp, but check out the horizontal comp. Okay, and this is typically how an organization is laid out volume-wise. So we just apply the 8%, 5, 4, 2, 2, 1, 1. You're going to make an additional $8,953.13 on the horizontal compensation. So you immediately are going to make way more money with us. You're going to make $16,453.13 on that same organization, whereas with them, you're making only $7,500. And then when that leg goes to 100 with us, you lose the $7,500 a year, but guess what? You're still making almost $9,000 a month. I'm sorry, not a year. You're making that, you're losing that $7,500 a month, but you're still making $9,000 a month. That's pretty cool, man. So let's show you another perspective. Let's say you have a with organizations, right? You got a leg at 75,000, one at 37, and it's all laid out in with and direct legs to you, okay? And this first big leg is at a 95. Let's say all the rest are at 85. So when you add up the vertical compensation in their system, you're making $15,000 a month based on all the overrides, okay? And then in their system, that first leg gets promoted to 100, which matches your level. Your income goes down to $11,250. You lose $4,000, just under $4,000 every month because that leg got promoted. That's their program. Let's show you the exact same organization with us. Right off the bat, you're making $27,000 on that organization, not just that paltry $15,000, whoops. You're making $27,000 with us off the bat. And then when that leg gets promoted to match year 100, you're still making the horizontal comp on them. So your income goes down to $23,250. Boo-hoo. We're sorry for you, man. You see how that works? I think that's pretty cool. Oh man, I'm running out of time. So I'm going to speed through this. I'm going to show you a scenario here that I'm just going to be crazy. Let's say you have someone at 85% Juan here, and he's only doing 2 life sales submitted a week. He's part-time. He only sells on Saturdays in the morning, okay? His commission income, submitting 2 sales a week, he's going to make $840 a week, works 48 weeks. He's going to make part-time $34,272. His renewal income is going to be $12,240. Not bad for a part-time working on a Saturday morning, okay? So based on our agent level promotions, okay, and I'm not going to go into that in detail, let's say Juan finds other people that want to make 2 sales a week. So he finds Smiley Girl and she gets to the 85, and Stella, who wants to get her groove on, gets to 85, and Zeus, the Greek god, comes in and starts part-time 2 sales a week, and Mario does 2 sales a week, and Urkel does 2 sales a week, and then Martha, his 6th grade teacher, decides to get in and she gets 2 sales a week, and they're all at 85%. Well, Juan here is still at 85%. They're all doing 2 sales a week, right? So Alex, how can he make money when he's got all these other people at the same commission rate? Well, let's tell you how he's going to make money. He makes the glow bonus, the 8% on them. He doesn't have any overrides, but he makes the glow bonus on his team. So his personal production is still the same, $34,272 a year. He's not making any overrides, but he's making the glow bonus of $19,354 a year. So now his total comp goes up to $53,626 first year income, and his renewal income, because he gets glow on renewals, now his renewals is $19,152. All of them are part-time. All of them are selling on a Saturday morning, submitting 2 sales a week. Now, these people are thinking, you know, Juan, how are you doing this? How are you making more money than me? And he says, well, do you know some people? So let's say these people bring on only 4 people that have an extra Saturday morning to do 2 sales a week over the phone, telesales. So Smiley Girls brings 4 on, Stella brings 4. You've got Zeus and Mario and Urkel, and Martha even knows 4 people. Former students. They all do 2 sales a week. They all sell part-time. Now, Juan gets moved up to a 90% commission rate. So now the components of his override income involve the override of 5% on his organizations, plus the glow bonus of 8% on that first layer of 85s, and then the 5% glow bonus on the second layer. So let's take a look at what his income does. So now he's making 5% more in his personal sales. So now he's making $36,288 a year on his own personal production. His overrides go up to $60,480. His glow bonus is $67,737. So now part-time, doing 2 sales a week, and his whole organization doing 2 sales a week, he's making $164,506 a year. And this is where it gets gooder. His own personal production renewals are $12,960, $13,000 a year basically. He's making an override on his agent's renewals of $21,600, and then the additional glow bonus on his agent's renewals of $24,192. Part-time, he's making in renewals $58,752 over the next 20 years. Not bad for part-time in it. So let's say these other 4 people know a couple people each. They all know a couple people that have an extra Saturday morning to make 2 sales a week. Juan gets promoted to the 110% executive vice president level. So now his income component involves a 20% override on every organization, 8% on the first level, 5% glow on the second, and 4% on the third level of 85s and above. This is what happens to his income. His personal production, doing 2 sales a week, goes to 44,352. His overrides go to 628,992. His glow bonus goes up to 145,152 for a total of 818,496 a year. But now here's the renewals. His personal renewals are almost 16,000. His override in his agent's renewals is 224,640. And his glow bonus is another 51,840. Now he's laying in every year this organization does this, 292,320 over the next 20 years. Every year he lays that in. So I think that's a pretty good retirement program by anybody's standards. So that is it, gang. I am done. I am 5 minutes over, so I apologize. Anyway, that is it. So what I'd recommend is you get with the person that invited you, ask them questions, man. Drill them with questions. Ask them how to do this. How do I get started, right? Drill them with questions, okay? And if you're talking to another IMO, ask them, can I override someone that I'm not contracted with? Can I override an agent in another state that I'm not licensed in? Can I earn money on managed money? They're going to say, no, no, no. Can I earn overrides on my agent's renewals? No. Wow. And then if you tell them about us, you say, oh, that's illegal. No, it's all legal. It's true. Because they have nothing to say about these points right here. So anyway, gang, I'm done. God bless you all. If you got any questions, man, talk to the person that invited you out. And hopefully you'll see the light and you can join us and get this puppy started, man. God bless you all. Take care.